welcome to another episode of Remember, or as we like to call it,
RMBR.
a show about nostalgia for the nostalgics.
No matter your age or where you come from, everyone has their own version of nostalgia. And our aim is to explore the different types.
And today we'll be looking at food and film.
Yeah, one thing I really love about this show is it gets us asking questions we may not otherwise be able to ask people, like our parents or our grandparents. And it really begins some interesting stories and builds an understanding of people's upbringings.
Yeah, it's really important that we take some time to have deeper discussions with people. It's just so easy these days to skim the surface with a "how's your day?"
So true.
I asked my mum on the phone what kind of lollies she used to have as a kid, and she told me how licorice used to actually come in a Bigfoot slab, and they'd break off the amount that you wanted for a threepence or a sixpence, which I thought was pretty interesting and actually told you quite a lot about the era.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my pop used to love Kit Kats. And when he ended up having to go to hospital, we would sneak in a Kit Kat whenever we got to visit him, and it would bring a real big smile to his face, you know?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Literally.
Earlier this week, Mary and I went exploring for some candy.
We're here in beautiful Windsor at Lollies and Stuff.
They've got a huge amount of confectionery from America and Europe and all over the place, so let's go in and see what we can find.
Check it out.
Oh, the moment you open, you can smell the sweet, sweet chocolate.
Oh my God, it's my childhood dream come true. Wonka bars. Who can take the sunrise, sprinkle it with dew, cover it in chocolate and a miracle or two. The Candyman.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to stop the song due to copyright purposes.
When I was a little kid, I actually loved buying these pink lollies from the school canteen. And I called them arteries because they kind of look like them a little bit, I thought.
And I'm sure if you ate lots of them, they'd actually look like that.
So you know what has actually been making a huge hype recently is the comeback of Yowies. And it's actually really funny because Lollies and Stuff has actually had them in stock for ages.
When my mum was a kid, she used to buy these little boiled sweets. And what she'd do is she wanted to play tuck shop, so she'd go out the front of her house and she would lay out a table with all the little boiled sweets on them, and then all the neighbours' kids would come and buy the lollies from her using their like little buttons instead of money.
That's so cute.
I know.
She probably got a bit ripped off exchanging lollies for buttons, right?
I'll have to get her some today, but I will probably be buying in money and not buttons.
Cash only.
Cash only.
Wow, that looks like you guys had heaps of fun. I just wish that I could have joined you.
Yeah, I really felt like a kid in a candy store.
I can imagine.
And we brought you back Nutella.
Oh my God, this is so cute. Do you know what? This takes me right back to my childhood. I remember during school, recess and lunch, favorite times of the day, when the bell would go off, I would run to the canteen, buy some Nutella, like those little packets, and I would return to class with a Nutella moustache.
Oh, and do you remember those jelly cups?
Oh yeah,
They were
yeah, I
great.
remember
That
those.
was so fantastic. But last year, I actually bought a massive container of them from Officeworks, I think. And I thought this was great. I can eat it whenever I want. But in actual reality, I probably ate around 5 and threw the rest away after eating them for like a year.
It's interesting that a lot of older things from our childhood are making a comeback now. For example, take Disney. They're remaking all the movies into live action, which I'm not completely sold on, but my point is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yvonne and I actually checked out a DVD rental store this week.
Here we are at Video Easy, Mount Druitt.
It's one of the last physical DVD rental stores in Sydney and in Australia. Oh my God, the 2-day hire section. When did this happen? Back in my day, we had overnight movies, and that is where my binge watching was learnt and mastered. I'd hire heaps of movies and try to watch them all in one day. Of course, these late nights were accompanied by junk food overloads and sugar rushes.
One thing I love about renting from a DVD store is that you can actually, for once, choose a movie. I mean, on Netflix, okay, I could spend hours just browsing. But I think, when you come into a video store, you're forced to make a choice because you've taken the effort to come in. And just remember, Do not judge a book by its cover.
That looks dumb. Nope.
Dumb title. Ooh, this one's interesting.
Ivan? Ivan? Where are you? Ivan!
What was also great about coming to a DVD rental store is you got to go out with your whole family, and it would turn into a family outing where you choose different movies. And let me tell you, it was very interesting comparing my mum's choices of romantic movies to my dad's choices of gore and violence.
Yeah, but my little sister would always get the same thing. The Lion King.
Yeah, but that's a good movie though.
It is, but every time...
Oh, fair
I
enough.
don't think so.
Fair enough, you're right. And not only that, a trip like this to the rental store would give us kids a chance to sneak into sections of movies which our parents wouldn't usually let us watch, such as the horror section or the action section. Just these, please.
And just these as well.
Mary, no. Okay, you can't get all this food. We've got heaps of snacks from lollies and stuff.
Fine. But I'm keeping the popcorn.
It's so sad the DVD era has come to an end because it often led to such fun family gatherings. But nowadays it's becoming rare that we all sit down and watch a movie together because we've all got our own devices to watch them on.
So true. But we want to end the show with a classic VHS, The Land Before Time. And we've got some typical party food from our era, like chocolate crackles and fairy bread.
See you, everyone.